As you know, I'm a big fan of popular science, particularly of magazines like this and their headline stories. So here's a very dramatic headline story from this year. A recent issue of New Scientist says the true nature of time, the way our universe ticks forward, has defied physics until now. It's like a very seductive tabloid heading. So basically the thrust of this article is that time is a result of quantum entanglement. I've mentioned quantum entanglement in many previous videos, but the upshot of this article with equally dramatic subheadings: a black hole is a perfect clock. You cannot interact with it, but you can be entangled with it. Expect the ordinary person to understand that. In any case, the upshot of all this is that time is not a universal external river, but a bookkeeping of correlations between entangled subsystems, especially between what we treat as clocks and the systems we observe. So a God's eye view, non-local description of the universe would be that there is no time, that time is an illusion, while internal observers who inevitably use parts of that universe as clocks and discard information about the rest experience a flowing directed time as an emergent aspect of quantum entanglement. So I went back to the sources of the Upanishads, the spiritual inquiry into the nature of time. And in the Mandukya Upanishad, we read about Turīya, which is beyond time. So the Mandukya Upanishad presents waking, dream, and sleep as three conditioned states, and then points to Turīya as the real self, the fourth, which is transcendental, being beyond time, space, and causality. It's the unconditioned Brahman, the field of infinite possibilities, pure awareness, infinite, borderless, fundamental, irreducible, incomprehensible, unimaginable, non-conceptual. Likewise, the Katha Upanishad refers to the timeless as the unborn, deathless self. The self is never born, nor does it perish. Ancient, unborn, everlasting, it remains unscathed even when the body perishes. Here, Atman is explicitly described as outside the whole birth-death sequence, which is precisely a statement of being outside physical time. And there are many other Upanishadic references to this. So here is something that I thought I'd share with you, which might help make sense of who we are as timeless beings. Let's take a few moments together and let this unfold for you as I'm speaking. Let's try it. And then maybe see if that actually makes sense to our true identity as timeless beings playing in the matrix of space-time and causality. So start with just let's arrive. Now, you don't have to do anything special. You can close your eyes if that's comfortable, or keep them open and soft. Feel the simple fact that you're here. There is breath moving in and out. There are sounds, sensations, perhaps the residue of the day in the mind. And yet, before any story of today or yesterday, notice something very simple. Awareness is already present. You don't have to create it. You don't have to maintain it. It's just here. So let's address this, how modern physics and the Upanishads both suggest that time may not be as fundamental as it appears. But for now, just be aware of your own presence. Now imagine the whole universe as a single vast still image, not a flat, dead photograph, but a kind of infinitely detailed tapestry. In that tapestry, all possible moments of your life, all histories of all beings are somehow encoded as relationships, as patterns, and as correlations. From the outside, this tapestry doesn't move. It doesn't run like a movie, it just is. Now, physicists have proposed something a bit like this, that at the deepest level, the universe can be described as a singless, timeless quantum state. In that description, there is no master clock ticking outside the universe, no universal time flowing. Time appears only when you zoom in, and pick out some small part of the whole and call it a clock. You then use the clock to track changes in another part. From the internal viewpoint, it looks like things are evolving. I was there, now I'm here. I was a child, now I'm an adult. So from the view of the whole, nothing is traveling through time. From within that picture, there is birth and growth and decay and death. Now keep that image, a timeless whole, and inside it, relative perspectives that experience time as a flow. Now let's turn to the Upanishads, the ancient contemplative scientists of consciousness. The Mandukya Upanishad speaks of three familiar states, waking, dreaming, and deep sleep. Then it says there's a fourth, Turīya. Not really a fourth state in sequence, but the underlying reality in which all other three come and go. This Turīya is described as beyond time, beyond space, beyond causation. Waking appears in it, dreams appear in it, sleep appears in it, but it itself is not touched by their arrival or departure. This is very close to what physics is groping toward in mathematical language. All states, all histories, all befores and afters arise as patterns, yet the whole in which they arise is not moving along with them. The Katha Upanishad puts it very starkly. The self is never born, nor does it die. It does not come into existence, nor does it cease to be. Unborn, eternal, ancient. Birth and death belong to the storyline, to the sequence. The self that the Rishi points to is not a character moving along the line of time. It is more like a timeless ground in which the entire line appears. And then the Isha Upanishad offers this beautiful paradox. Unmoving, it moves faster than the mind. It moves, yet it does not move. So on its own side, this reality does not go anywhere. From our side, the same stillness appears as the entire dance of movement, of evolution, of change. Unmoving, it moves. Do you see a structural echo? Physics, the perspective is a timeless quantum whole with time emerging only relationally inside it. And the Upanishads, a timeless self with waking, dreaming, deep sleep, birth and death appearing within it. Different vocabularies, different lineages, perhaps pointing toward the same deep inside. So let's bring this down from concept to direct experience. So if you like, you can now gently close your eyes for a moment. Notice the field of experience right now. There are sounds, perhaps by voice, other noises in the room or outside. There are sensations in the body, the pressure of the seat, the touch of clothing, the beating of the heart. There are thoughts about the day, about these words, maybe agreeing, maybe doubting. All of these are changing. They come, they shift, they vanish. Now, instead of focusing on what is changing, turn your attention to the simple fact that all of this is known. There is a basic wordless knowing of sound, of sensation, of thought. This knowing, this awareness, does it feel if it's moving through time in the same way that thoughts move, that sensations move? We say, I was aware this morning. I am aware now. But notice we never directly experience awareness starting or stopping. We only experience changing contents. So ask quietly inside, this awake presence that is knowing these words, did it begin 5 minutes ago? Is it aging at the same rate as the body? Does it have a birthday? Past and future? Where do they actually appear? They appear as thoughts now. A memory is a present image which we label past. A plan is a present image which we label future. Both arise in the same immediate timeless field of awareness. So in this sense, awareness is like the timeless quantum whole, and all of your personal history, your story, is like the pattern of correlations appearing inside it. You as awareness are not really traveling from one moment to the next. Moments as appearance are arising in you. Let the mind relax around this. You don't have to force a belief. Just let the possibility be here like an experiment you're running in your own direct seeing. If the entire arc of your life, every joyful moment, every heartbreak, every ordinary Tuesday, if all of that is like frames on a film strip, then what are you? What are you really? We usually identify with one character walking from one frame to the next frame. I was that child, now I'm this adult, one day I'll be very old, all the way to dusty death. The Upanishads invite a different recognition. They say you are not fundamentally the character in the movie. You're the light in which the whole movie appears. You're not the journey in time. You're the presence in which the journey shows up. So from the standpoint of that presence, nothing is truly coming or going. Waking comes and goes. Dreams come and go. Deep sleep comes and goes. Bodies are born and die. Relationships begin and end. But the knowing of all this, the pure I am that is aware of every change, that does not itself appear or vanish. This is what the Mandukya names Turīya, what the Katha calls the unborn self, what Isha calls the unmoving that seems to move. And this is what physics is now gesturing toward in its own way. That time as a fundamental external flow may be a kind of mirage. That what we call before and after must be patterns of correlation seen from within a larger timeless reality. So right now, without any efforting, awareness is shining. It is not waiting for enlightenment. It is not counting minutes. It is not calculating a future liberation. It is simply silently aware. Let's sit together for a while with no project, no goal, simply resting as this aware space. Thoughts may come and go, feelings may come and go, let them. You don't have to push them away or hold them. Just notice that whatever rises, rises in something that doesn't rise. Whatever falls, falls in something that does not fall. So as we close this exploration together, you might notice the mind will pick up time again, schedules, plans, memories. There's no problem with that. That is the play of consciousness. But perhaps somewhere in the background, there's a quiet intuition, I hope, now, that what you truly are is not trapped in that flow of time. That the Upanishads and even some modern physicists are in their own languages conspiring to tell you the same secret. You are not in time, time is in you. You are not the changing storyline. You are the changeless presence in which every story, every universe, and maybe multiple universes appear and disappear. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.